Any preamble? You ready?
No, let's fucking turn it on and hit the buttons.
Okay, kids, let's go.
I'm tired of this shit. When are we going to get going? It's been dark outside for...
Nah, I was waiting how long it was going to be
2
before
hours.
you said something. 30 seconds. Oh, I knew it.
Hello, what have we here?
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Holy shit. It ain't C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
Hello there.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
What?
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
That's how I feel too.
Yep. Let's just let it vibe.
I don't know if you heard in the intro, depending on when the actual music started, Mopar's already talking about how dark it is outside. I was wondering how long it was going to take. As I left my house, my wife's like, "Oh my God, I feel so tired. It's so dark out."
It's instant, man. It's instant.
I get it, but it happens every year.
I know, which sucks.
I know, but it's like, we're boomers talking about the freaking darkness.
You're not right. You're not right about that. I mean, I went outside
It's
today,
true.
and it was.
I'm not wrong.
It
It's
was
true.
so nice today, and
It
I
was.
was having like fucking spring flashbacks. I walked outside. I was like, dude, I feel refreshed. It's nice to be outside. And then 3:30 rolled around, and the sun's like, "Fuck you!" And then it went off into the sky once again.
So I was arguing with people. Daylight savings time is what we're talking about, by
Yeah.
the way. Riveting conversation here.
What?
Don't think twice about it. I was arguing with people last night. Right now is the time that it normally should be. Daylight savings time just ended, correct?
I think it's the other way around.
Daylight savings time just began.
I think it's the other way around. I don't know either, so I'm not really.
So before they
correcting you.
implemented it in November, it would get dark at 5 o'clock?
Yeah,
Okay. Whatever, man. Just deal with it. It's fine.
it is. It's you just deal with it.
And
it doesn't
only the
change.
first couple weeks.
It is an instant impact, but I really don't feel it too terribly until like January, where it's like the sun. First of all, doesn't even come out. It's all overcast for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
And Christmas season's gone, all the holiday season's gone, and then you're just left with slush and gray. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about where we live. I'm just like, because
Is
I
it-
love all the seasons. I love the leaves. I love that it doesn't get too hot. I love the snow. I love the amount of snow. If it's gonna snow, let's fucking have it.
Yeah, I was just going to say in January and February, if it's cold and no snow, it's like the worst thing you could ever imagine.
But yeah, the one thing is the lack of sun. But yeah.
I'm a vampire, so I'm used to it. It's okay.
Yeah.
English, mate. Scottish.
Good day. Good day, Galaxy.
What's up, y'all? Nothing much news happened. Halloween's come and gone.
Man, it's
The
quick.
5th of November has arrived. I watched V for Vendetta last night as I yearly tradition.
Yeah. We watched some classic ones. Casper was on Netflix, so we busted that out. That's a more in-depth movie than I ever remember. And like, it's not like I don't remember, but sitting
Racier
through it.
than I remember too.
Yeah, well, all of them are. But like, everybody dies in that. I forget that the dad dies, the two bad guys die, and they're all fighting to be the first person to take the potion and go in the machine and become life again.
Right.
And Casper's trying to do it too, and you're like, oh, dude, everybody's fucking dead. I would have brought Fatso back. He probably is at least a good cook, you know?
I did not personally see the end of it this most recent time. I put it on for like my kid, and I was kind of like cooking and zoning in and out. So I forget them dueling over that like magical elixir.
It's crazy because
there's like a machine in the attic that
Yeah.
like turns them back to human.
It's borderline Addams Family, where there's like a whole section of the house that just is like underground. You take a fucking roller coaster down there. But that's like the whole core of the story, and that's not what I remember. I always just remember the ghosts, the brothers, Casper, like being introduced to, what's her name? What's the
Christina Ricci?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot that. No, I'm gonna not Newman. Paul. What's
the main guy?
Yeah. What's the
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman. Thank you. He's the.
Because I always think Bill Paxton, but it's not.
Yes.
It's Bill Pullman.
Yes. It's Pullman, who's the president in Independence Day. Yes, thank you. But yeah, I mean, so I hit basically all the core ones: Hocus Pocus, Casper.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Addams Family.
Yep.
And I have to say, it doesn't have anything to do with the old ones. It is just the 90s ones. I'm sure I have appreciation for some of the old ones, but it is nostalgia, purely nostalgia. And I love the dark stuff. Like the Tim Burton stuff from the 90s. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
But man,
he didn't do those.
No, I know, but it's still like that
Same
weird,
vibe.
grim, like we're just gonna make fun of the dead, and
it's so funny because they're like the nicest people.
Yeah.
And like people see them like eat spiders and they start freaking out and they just look at each other like, what the fuck is everyone freaking out about, dude?
Fucking salad bar.
They're just rich ass people. They're just like like Rob Zombie basically.
Yeah,
that's how he acts in his home, I would imagine. So wealthy individuals that are obsessed with the dead.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is, as far as the original show, I would definitely go Munsters. But for like the movies in like the most recent decades, obviously Addams Family is great. Munsters. Did you ever even watch the Rob Zombie Munsters?
I started it and I turned it off quicker than most other movies. I was not ready to give it a chance.
Yeah.
She was, what's his wife? Sherry Moon.
Yeah.
She was getting picked up in this fucking bar area, and it was, the vibe was way the fuck off, and I was like, I can't watch
weird.
this.
Yeah.
I thought it was not just weird, I thought it was bad.
I
feel
that
bad saying
the first time as well.
Okay.
I was interested in giving it another shot and coming at it from the lens of like, oh yeah, maybe this is like a Star Wars holiday special kind of level.
It's kind of one of those like
on purpose though.
Like the God, my mind's not working again today. One of those original films of all time, like the Calgary or what's the one of the
the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like he was going for that vibe.
I think he was.
And you're so disconnected from that.
Yes.
That it was like off-putting.
And I guess they wouldn't let him do it in black and white. That's why he went the other way with it and just made it very exuberant and neon and bright and crazy. So it's like a 30s vibe with purposely awkward humor and then like neon rave central cinematography.
It's different.
I want to try it again next Halloween. Just be like, let me just try.
Kind of one of those shots in the dark. Like, fuck it, do it. Like,
Right.
let's try it. But it just was not. It hit no chords,
Well,
let alone.
for all the build up. Maybe I built it up in my head, but for all
Yeah.
the build up, and I know he's obsessed with the Munsters, and I was like, I loved the Munsters as a kid, watching Boomerang, TV Land, whatever.
Yeah.
And I always wish there was a movie about it, like the Addams Family.
No, I actually agree. I used to
try it
watch a lot of the Monsters reruns.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of Addams Family reruns.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Halloween, good stuff. Watched a lot of movies.
Kid
It was
with
fun.
Spider-Man. He ran around.
Nice.
It was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No rain.
Free
so it was
candy.
nice. So
Yeah, and then it snowed that night.
yeah.
Our power went out. It's fun.
Oh man, Star Wars.
What do you think, man? How you liking Jedi Survivor? I see you on it on the Xbox. Still digging it?
More of the same.
Good.
I'm gonna give it beyond praise. It's one of the most captivating games I've played in a while, and that's coming from Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave Elden Ring. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
This is on a different level game wise. It's not as open roamy, but it is open world. It's definitely version 2.0 of the first game. I mean, it drops you off and you can go wherever you want. Now there are limitations, like you can't get past a certain point until you get this certain power, or there's certain areas that are blocked, but you could still go.
Right.
And it's kind of the same thing as Elden Ring, like that you get to a certain point. Either it's blocked or there's a guy that you just can't get past until you get to a certain
They're
point.
telling you you're too low of a level to get in this area.
But the beasts have been next level. It's I think what the Mando was trying to do in Boba Fett, the series, just let's throw shit in there. But this has made you, I guess from like a gameplay standpoint.
It's easier to do that in a game.
It is, because you could just throw something in there. It doesn't have to make sense.
You always
story.
need new enemies.
Right.
So.
And you're on a random planet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw a random beast in there.
Get out your Pokédex.
Yes. And I'm playing on hard again, which I think adds to it. So,
Totally.
And I texted you, and I said out loud, I jumped down in this pit. Long story short, I went into this cave, jumped down a pit. A fucking big hand comes crawling around the side of this rock.
For real?
And then a Rancor comes out, and I just went,
oh,
fuck. I just said, fuck. Because I know all the smaller beasts, the Wampas. We talked about that Kodiak Wampa or whatever the fuck I fought.
Yep.
And it's like, that was hard enough. But this thing's 10 times that Wampa size.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's notorious in our own minds. You see Luke fight one.
Fight.
It's.
Was there something you could throw a rock at?
There was 2 bones that you could pick up and throw into his mouth.
Okay.
But you can only do it once. He wises up.
Oh,
And you like if you do a fucking time it perfectly. Flurry attack.
Mm-hmm.
Get 6-7 attacks in, you might do 1/20th damage.
Jeez.
So he has like 5 or 6 one-hit kill attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sounds
you fuck
very
up
Elden Ring.
You fuck up once, you end up in his mouth. Or he has this slam attack, and it is very Elden Ring because halfway through, and there's no cutscene, so it's not like Elden Ring where he grows another arm and then he becomes harder.
Yeah.
This, you get to half, and he just gets faster.
Yeah.
And now he lunges at you. So a lot of your evades, you can evade real quick, like side to side twice. That's your kind of like your side skirt or whatever. What do you call that? Your
Sidestep?
Yeah, sidestep. You can do it twice in a row very quickly. His lunge is not an attack, but he does it, and you're in such a reaction that I accidentally bump it once, and then he does the grab attack.
Then you already used it.
Then he does his grab attack, which requires you to do 2 away to evade it. So he kept fucking me up by jumping at me and then not doing anything, and then doing his grab attack.
Dude. I'm
like, dude, I'm not joking. It may be 50 or 60 attempts to kill him.
You got him, though?
I got him. I finally got him.
That's the best feeling, though.
Normally, yes. I was so frustrated because I would get him down. It was the Elden Ring thing where you would get him down a quarter and you die. And then you get him down a quarter and you die. And I feel like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. Then you jump down there, boom, one, and I'm dead. And I'm like, right. I didn't even swing my fucking lightsaber. It's
I always used to wonder, like, if they program that into the game. It's like the first time you fight a boss, it's easy for the first, 3/4 of the fight. And then every time you come back to it, and then it's just like back to normal setting, and then it just feels like it's so impossible.
Or it's like he knows
you
my
almost
attacks.
get him. Yeah, or like he learns from you. Yeah.
It's so frustrating, but
crazy.
I like it being difficult. I know frustrations aside, it's still beautiful. The other thing I'll say is it doesn't feel stock. Like there is a little bit of gathering your party as most, especially if it's the second story in a series.
Yeah.
It's not thrown down your throat. It's actually done very tastefully. Not everybody comes back with you. Not everybody's just like, yeah, let's go with Cal again and let's do what. Game. Everybody kind of goes their own way after the first game, and you do visit select areas and you come across those people, but not all of them are like, let's fucking go.
Right.
So it is kind of nice to see, who does what. So
nice.
Little dabbles of ancient Jedi.
Yeah, I was
High
thinking
Republic.
about that when we were watching Ahsoka, and I was thinking of like some of the ancient stuff that was in the first Fallen Order.
It cranks it up.
Yeah,
it cranks it up. High Republic stuff's very prominent in this.
Okay.
In this story,
pushing towards Acolyte. Yes.
I don't want to call him a fallen Jedi, but you come across someone of that sort.
Mm-hmm. Of course you do.
Man, the customization's next level. It's all, and the puzzles are so creative as you're walking through all these areas. Man, some of them you walk up and you're like, I have no clue what the fuck to do right now.
I'm trying to think if I had to look anything up in the first one. I probably did, because when I first encounter like a puzzle game or whatever, individual puzzles. Like, I tell myself that I want to figure it out for myself. Like, I'm never looking this up, dude, even if it takes 25 attempts or whatever. And then I'll just be like, I just want to move the story along.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather spend 20 rounds on a boss rather than like trying to jump to this one fucking platform or whatever.
Which you get up there and you're like, oh, this was for nothing.
Right. There's nothing up here.
I got
like a new pair of socks.
A new pair of socks, yeah.
And that's it. So
The other aspect, I could talk all day about this game. I'm not lying. I'm enjoying it so much. The data logs stuff, when you come across something, you scan it, you can read up about it, what it is, where they're from, what their weaknesses are, all of it. I fucking love it. But it's like they hired a director to
probably did
shoot certain scenes, and it's as I say that, obviously they mocapped certain stuff, but like
someone's directing that.
You get into this area and you're riding down an elevator, and the elevator kind of has like a window in it, and the camera swings around so you can watch your ship land in the background while you're having a really deep conversation with this character that you kind of know, and it's just like, it's beautiful to watch, not only to play but to watch. Like this, the way they set up scenes, the dialogue is way beyond what we've seen in Star Wars for a long time. I just have it's pulling me back in along with Ahsoka's lore. So
good.
It's good.
Nice.
It's good timing with the Ahsoka lore. I'll say that.
I remember that's the same kind of way I felt when playing Mass Effect for the first time. All of them.
It's very Mass Effect, because you come across stuff, and if you want to read about it, it's there, and you're exploring a new area.
Renegade points.
God, it's so good.
There's no like morality system, is there?
Not that I've come across yet.
Because I mean, story-wise, he's like still a Jedi, obviously.
A lot of
so cool if he could switch and become an Inquisitor, though.
Exploration percentage. So like the first place you go to is Kobo, and it's kind of like a prospector planet. Like, people go there to get rich, but it's kind of more of like a, I don't know how to explain. It's like a poor area, but some people can strike rich, and if you find certain shit, you can more or less build up the community. So you can do side quests for a lot of the prospectors there, and you find like a droid down in this cave that's been abandoned for. If you help it out, it'll go back and it'll open up a shop, and then the community grows.
Real
and
RPG stuff.
It's got real small aspects of that it just adds up, and then the Kobo, it gives you a percentage completed. So I've done all these side quests. I did the main storyline. I explored the shit out of this place. I'm only at like 31%.
Oh, damn.
I went out of my way to find that Rancor. I mean, I feel like I've just gone and gone and gone, and I looked up. I'm like, fuck. I've done a third.
There's probably an area that you can't unlock until you get like a new skill, and you have to come back to the planet.
It's a big puzzle. I mean, the map building in the game is on Elden Ring level, where it'll just double back on itself. You're like, fuck.
I know.
Who built this? This is so smart.
I love the level design in those games. Yeah, I remember I was just appalled. I didn't believe it when Tommy Boy told me like the first Dark Souls game, the whole map is just interconnected. Yeah. So like it doesn't load unless you die or unless you go through a boss fight door.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, you can, once you have the whole game unlocked, you can just walk across the entire game. It's ridiculous.
Superb. I'm enjoying it. If you guys are Star Wars fans and Star Wars
I'm not
lore,
a Star Wars fan. Should I still play it?
If you love the lore,
I don't.
It's definitely.
I'm done with Star Wars, Mopar. Didn't I tell you?
And I liked the first one, but the maps were not. I mean, they were clever, but they just weren't as polished.
Yeah.
This is really just like everything's beautiful.
Nice.
It's frustrating, and I know I'm playing it on hard, but
You're supposed to, though. That's no fun if you don't.
I'll fuck up the Rancor, walk outside, and a little bird will kill me. I'm like,
that was the best thing
I'm
about
over it.
Souls and Elden Ring 2. You step outside after a boss fight, and a rat just fucking kills you. You lose all your souls.
Yeah.
Rat knocks you off the ledge or whatever.
Yeah, and that's definitely happened. I've just like exhaled and turned it the fuck off a couple times. So, and you just need to do it. So,
love it.
I just want to get through it without bumping the difficulty down. So
then you got to go up to Grandmaster.
I don't know if that's worth it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I can do it. I don't think there's enough time.
Yeah. I mean, with it, yeah. Well, you probably don't have enough time. I'm saying with enough, try and repeat and do it again. I'm sure you can figure it out. But yeah, you don't want to screw around for that long.
Fantastic. I would give it a full 10 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing about this game.
Fuck.
I mean, it's
I mean, I guess
it's
I kind
one
of
of the best
expected
games.
that, but still.
If I had to shit on something, it can be a little slow graphically. Like the graphics
Loading
will not even loading. It's just certain cutscenes. It's like kind of shuddery. You lose some frames.
Oh yeah, like.
But I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
Could be an
ingrained.
Xbox.
Dude, I grew up with an NES. It'll just fucking crap out in the middle of a fucking level. So, you know, Cal's hair not flowing the right way for a half second. It's
they
fucking
forgot one
fine.
of his freckles, man. I was pissed.
Yeah, it's
Freckle
fucking
didn't
fine.
render properly.
But yeah, the story and the dialogue is really, really carrying it. I know it's a beautiful game. It's hard. It's expansive, but the dialogue is really next level. It's
Nice.
It's that
More
Mass
central,
Effect.
baby.
It's that Mass Effect level where it, like the conversations, you listen, because there's important shit going on.
I wonder who wrote this.
I
don't think it was anyone we know. Hint, hint. I just always, I don't know if they've done, if it's that good, I just wonder if they're working on any other Star Wars stuff or if it's just like one of the writers at the game developer. Because for them to internalize and like get the Star Wars story that right is like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's so natural, and it's got to be the same person as the first game because they call back a lot of the stuff, and it doesn't feel forced. Let's see if there's a.
I've actually never looked at a game on IMDb, so I don't know. Writers, there's a whole bunch of people.
Orson.
Narrative director written by senior game writer, additional writing. Yeah, I don't think it's anybody we know.
Okay. I wonder how they would give credit for that. I mean, I'm sure there's different stories.
There's a whole team.
Yeah.
You know, a whole writing team that gets into it.
Well, and I told you last week or 2 weeks ago,
You did not?
there's the Empire, there's the Citizens, there's battle droids, there's pirates, there's beasts. They're all fucking each other up. There's droids. Sorry. There's fucking droids. But they're all, I mean, again, it's happened a couple times where I walk up and there's just a fucking battle going on.
I like the multifacets, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's so cool. It's so cool. And it's so realistic, especially after, like, there's such an ebb and flow of power in Star Wars. I don't know. I'm so happy with it.
Wish that game had a multiplayer mode.
No comment. They can't do that yet. They don't have that power.
They do not have that power.
It's not a power of the Jedi.
Would like to tell you the wise. Yeah, well, if you know the turkey sandwich, who are they? Do you know? Have you done anything else?
I'm going to leave you with this because I can't say enough good stuff, but last thing on this game, then we'll move on. The character of Cal Kestis, I feel like he is my Kyle Katarn.
Oh, yeah.
Where I understand people's appreciation for Kyle, but I was nowhere near Kyle's age when I was playing that game.
Yeah.
Where I have kind of that sense of Cal's probably within like 5 years of us.
Yeah.
He's probably 30 in this game or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like I can more relate with him and what and like his decision making and all this stuff. He's a really cool character, and he's not just, I don't know. Ahsoka still kind of happy dances a lot, and she just gets away with stuff because it's Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
Where in this game, Cal is questioned the whole fucking time. You're like, yeah, I know you're trying to be a poster boy of the Jedi, blah, blah, blah. You're making a big fucking name for yourself and making it harder for the rest of us Jedi just to lay low and all this shit and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, fuck. She's got a good point, bitch.
Better slow your roll.
But you're right, layers. It's not cut and dry. So,
Onion, dude.
I like it.
That's good.
Parfait. Parfait has layers. Who do you know that doesn't like a parfait?
I don't know the last time I had a parfait.
Yeah, but you loved it last time.
Like a yogurt parfait.
Yeah.
Or like an ice cream parfait.
Have you had that we call it dirt. But it's got chocolate pudding with the
Oreos.
dirt crumbles or Oreos, and it's got like a worm.
Yeah, gummy worms.
I had one yesterday.
What?
Yeah, we went to the Natural History Museum.
I was gonna say, yeah, man. I remember those at 10-year-old parties back in the day.
Yep. Well, I was at a 10-year-old party at the Natural History Museum yesterday. So.
Where at?
Natural History Museum.
I know, but isn't there a couple different versions of that?
What do you mean?
Like the one in Cleveland, is it part of? Is it connected to any of the other ones? Because there's one in New York City. There's one in Chicago. There's one in
it's by the Art Museum. It's by the Cleveland Museum. It's by other shit. It's in University Circle.
Okay. All right.
There's a bunch of them in a circle, but I don't think they might be
I know what you
attached, but I don't think
I just didn't know because obviously every city has an.
If you want to go see
the
the dinosaur bones, you go to the Natural History Museum.
I understand. I get it now. I get it.
We were kind of pissed because we went,
Being a second to
and the
process.
whole fucking thing was shut down, even though they just
for real?
revamped and reopened.
Huh.
I went online 2 weeks ago and they said closed for renovations. Fine. Went on this weekend. They said open. We're open.
Open.
Come
just
check
Friday
out
night. The contract.
Come check out our new visitor center. And we walked in and well, unfortunately, 80% of it's still closed. And we're like, I'm gonna.
They need the ticket money, dude. Well, that's a bummer. Anything come alive?
Yeah.
Sorry, Night at the Museum was randomly on the TV the other day.
I think
That's
I've
what made
only
me think
seen
of
that
it.
movie once.
It was the second one actually that was on.
Ah.
It's fun. It's actually I need to look up more of those Disney movies because it was Disney, which I think obviously, but I didn't really realize that at the time. Where it's all of our favorite adult comedic actors.
Yeah.
Because they have all the cameos that they put in there, and the people they cast to be this guy's fucking Ivan the Terrible and Teddy Roosevelt and General Custer. Bill Hader was General Custer. Just funny stuff like that. But I was trying to remember other Disney movies where it's for the kids, but there's all these higher
names,
level big names and adult jokes that you wouldn't really get.
8 Crazy Nights.
I've never seen that actually.
Me neither.
Definitely not Disney either. It's Adam Sandler.
I know. Fuck it.
That's the animated one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I might have to cue that up this Christmas.
Yeah, I know it's ranked very high.
I'm going to add it to my Christmas list, which
Yeah.
is coming up faster than you'd expect.
Oh, yeah. Very fast.
Christmas list. There it is. All right. 8 Crazy Nights.
So you asked me to make a goddamn motherfucking bitch-ass list.
I did. So I was watching V for Vendetta last night.
Okay.
Remember the 5th of November. So, that's yearly tradition. But I was thinking, this is definitely in my top 10 movies. I don't know if I would go as far as top 5. But then I started thinking, well, if I don't include, the big franchise stuff,
Yeah.
maybe it would be. And that's what led me to the idea because I asked Mopar, pick 5 or 10, your top 10 movies that aren't part of another franchise. And as I was going through it, it was hard. I was like, Ace Ventura. Oh, wait, I can't do that one.
Yeah, there's a second
Wayne's World. Oh, I can't do that one.
Yeah.
Terminator. Oh, wait, I can't do that one. The Mummy. Can't do that one. Jurassic Park. Can't do that one.
Yeah.
There was a lot. So I was just thinking, standalone movies, one and done. What are your favorites? And V for Vendetta is definitely at the top of that list.
Well, we don't have to do a draft. I'm fine with doubling up.
I don't know
but
if there's enough movies that we could do a draft.
I wrote down 18 of them.
I picked 10, and then I had 8 honorable mentions that, as I looked back, 6 of them didn't count, so I couldn't include them.
Yeah, there's a couple in here that you could argue, but I'm leaving them on there.
Yeah, we can give a little bit of a leeway because V for Vendetta's in DC, so it's part of the DC stuff, but it's not connected to anything. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm fine if you want to overlap. If there's one on mine, we don't have to do a draft, but
Yeah.
So, do you want to kick it off since it's your?
Yeah, I'll do that for my first one. V for Vendetta, baby.
Okay, that is not on my list. I've only seen that once. I don't understand the hype yet. I do feel like I could get into it.
Excellent.
I'm gonna just kick it off with an easy one for me: Ford vs Ferrari.
I thought about that.
I love that movie. I've said it enough.
I thought about it. I saw it going through as I was looking up movies to get some ideas. Next for me is The Big Short. That's the comedy that's about the financial collapse 2008-9.
Yeah, I think I've seen it once.
With Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell, fucking Kendall. He was first in that before he was in other stuff. Bunch of people. It's awesome. Hilarious.
Phoenix says Fight Club, which is a good one. Fucker, Interstellar is my number 2.
Yeah. Nice. I'll just throw 3 in there because Interstellar is on my list as well.
Okay.
I thought about some of the other Christopher Nolan movies. Like I was looking up top 100 movies of all time
Inception,
on IMDb at least.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer's already on that list.
Yeah.
Like every single one of his movies is on that list. But I think I'm Interstellar more than the other ones for sure.
Yeah.
So that's my third one.
Okay. So Interstellar's my second. My third will be. See, I do have comedies in here. There's not a ton of them.
I have 3.
Fuck. I'm just gonna. My mind's all over the place. For number 3, I'm gonna do The Shining.
Thought about that too.
That's one that you could argue because there is another version of it, but I wouldn't call it a franchise.
And there's a sequel.
True, but I haven't seen the sequel.
So far apart.
Yeah.
Because I almost put The Shining in there. I left it off. But yeah, I think I'll count that. That one's so isolated and it's on its own.
Yeah.
But I did hear that Dr. Sleep is good.
Yeah.
I read most of the book and then I was talking to somebody that saw the movie and said it's really good. So,
cool.
Cool. Next for me, There Will Be Blood. I was talking about that like a month-ish ago, but with Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, I watched it again recently. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm going to go with Stand By Me.
Down my honorable mentions. I almost put it in there.
I have always loved that movie.
Same.
I watched it probably younger than you were supposed to watch it, and
That's
was
the point, I think.
creeped out by it. Many scenes.
Yeah.
But I still will go back and watch it. I love it.
Good. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. That's kind of the point of the movie because those boys are all doing stuff that they're too young to be doing too.
Oh yeah, the dude shoots a gun. They
They're
find a
look for a dead body,
yeah,
right? Yeah. Next for me is The Big Lebowski.
Oh, that's one that.
No explanation needed.
Yeah.
So
I get it, and I don't think it would ever hit a list for me, but I get it. Yeah.
Surprisingly, came out later than I thought. Every time I've seen that movie and the way they talk about it, I feel like it was like a 92, 93.
Oh, no. I would guess like
But it's like
04?
99.
Oh, I thought it was later.
It's like right at the edge. So, anyways.
Easy one, Gladiator, next.
Thought about that as well. I have I Heart Huckabees, which is a comedy with Jason Schwartzman and Lily Tomlin and fucking Dustin Hoffman and a bunch of people. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I don't think
It's
so.
really quirky, but it's one of my favorites.
See, the rest of these is just a hodgepodge. I love them all, and I watch them all.
Yes.
I'm going to roll the dice and say Straight Outta Compton.
Ooh, nice.
I watch that a lot. It's one of my go-tos. Like if I'm just sitting in a hotel and I don't fucking know what to watch.
Good choice.
I love documentary story about making of music. I don't even know what you call that.
It's called a biopic.
Biopic.
Yeah.
I love biopics.
Yeah. Speaking of, I still never saw the Weird Al one with Dana Radcliffe.
Me
as
neither.
Weird Al. Fuck, I need to watch that.
It's gonna hit
It's
my
on
list,
Roku. I'm gonna have to like illegally download it or something.
Don't tell everybody.
I was going to illegally download it. Social Network is the next on my list.
Okay.
Love it. And love the soundtrack too.
Man, we're already on to-
Spider-Man and Lex Luthor in the same movie.
I'm already picking number 6. Basically, what I have to do
That was
is...
my number 7.
Oh, I put Straight Outta Compton. I got 2 5s. Okay. Stand By Me. Cool. So Straight Outta
by.
Compton was number 6 for me. All right. We're getting there. We're
Ooh,
getting there.
thought of another honorable mention. Which actually doesn't count anymore, but all right, go ahead. 7.
Number 7. Fuck.
Number 2.
So I've only got 3 left. Well,
Oh,
7,
you
8,
made a
9,
pool
10.
and now you're picking from
7,
it?
8, 9, 10. So I got 4 left.
Yeah, you got 4.
I'm going to go with Be Kind Rewind.
Oh, nice. Oh, I might have to swap one for that. I'm going to. Sorry. I gotta piggyback off of that. I just watched it too. I'm surprised I didn't think of it.
That's one of my... It's such a quirky...
It's so weird.
Dramedy,
dude. It's
like-
so weird.
It's so
Yeah.
unique.
I bet it hits you in the heart, you know? And it's funny.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Sorry, I gotta steal that. Be Kind Rewind.
Oh, so you're doing it right there?
Totally.
Okay, so 2 number 7s back-to-backs. Be Kind. So my number... Oh, that was your 8. Okay. So my 8 is going to be... Fuck.
It's been 84 years.
I'll do it, Titanic.
That was actually not intended, as I was thinking what you were going to guess, but I'm glad that it worked out. Oh, man, that's funny. That's also on my honorable mentions. Twister, for me, is number 8. Or that's number 9.
Twister's not a franchise?
Not yet. They've been talking about doing a sequel. It's supposed to come out next year, but as of now, it's a one and done. That's Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
In his prime.
So I've got 9 and 10 left.
Correctamundo.
Fuck. I don't think this is going to make it. Fuck. I don't think that's going to make it.
It's hard to pick, right?
I'm going to go... I watch it too often. Scarface.
I thought about that too. Scarface. I was thinking I needed a gangster movie in there, and I couldn't do Godfather.
Yeah.
I had The Departed in there.
Yeah.
Which I just bumped for Be Kind, Rewind.
That's easy. That's easy, yeah.
And my final one is Superbad.
See, I'm going to let Superbad slip.
In honor of...
So, I'm going to tell you what I have left for my number 10. So, this is what it's between. There's quite a few of them, so hold your horses here. Inglourious Bastards, Caddyshack, Hook, Pink Floyd The Wall.
Ooh, I don't know if I would count Hook.
American History X, Catch Me If You Can, Gran Torino, Superbad, and Dewey Cox. Were what's left.
Good calls. I forgot about Dewey Cox, unfortunately. Too late to go back.
I don't think this is the best. I think this is a cop-out, but I watch it too often. Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
American History X is, I can watch that maybe once every 5 years. It's way too fucking heavy.
I agree. Yeah, I've only seen it once.
Pink Floyd The Wall, I got to be in a certain mood. Superbad just kind of fell off my list.
None of us picked Fanboys.
I thought of that. I don't think I could bump anything for it. Caddyshack was going to be the other one if I was going to bump something for...
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Good point. Because I don't recognize it, but there is a Caddyshack 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I've never seen it.
Technically, everything's connected by some little string, though, if you wanted to.
Yeah, but there's it's a full movie. So it is.
But it's no original people, right? Isn't it a total shift? Bill Murray's not in that, is it?
Maybe a couple people overlap.
I heard they were going to do a reboot.
I hope they don't.
Honorable mentions for me were The Departed. I almost picked Titanic and Scarface, Gladiator. But also Independence Day was one that I was really close to putting in there. But then I thought they had a reboot, not a sequel. Is it the same?
I thought there was 3 movies. I thought they did a reboot and a
They
second.
reboot like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah. But anyways, I was pretty pleased with it. But yeah, every time I was going through, all my favorite movies.
What is the reboot about? July 5th?
Memorial Day.
It's about Memorial Day.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know. I know they came back for it, the Jeff Goldblum's and whatever. But yeah, I was surprised to think how many of my top 10 movies would be from franchises. Because I would put Dark Knight in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you put Joker in there. I've got some Star Wars movies that need to be in there.
That's a crazy
Infinity
thing.
War.
I don't know.
Lord of the Rings. Civil
I'm
War.
not 100% sure I would put a Star Wars movie in like my top 10. Like all time.
Like a single movie. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to pick one.
Like right now, I claim my favorite one is Rogue One. Am I gonna bump Interstellar for Rogue One, just a standalone?
Nope.
I don't think so.
That actually might also be true of the list. There might not be a Star Wars one in the top 10.
Yeah, a lot of it would probably be Batman, Joker, Dark Knight.
10 Batman movies.
I like the new Batman. I have to watch it again.
So good. Yeah.
I'm excited for the fucking Joker too. I keep seeing little
too?
leaks, man.
Didn't we say that it's not in 24? It's in 25?
Oh, I hope. Can we look it up again?
Fuck. I feel like last time we looked it up, I was like, oh no, it's like another extra year and a half away, dude.
It better be a 7-hour movie.
Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, thank God. 2024.
Okay.
October 4th. So we're just less than a year away. I'll accept that.
Turkey Sandwich said Fight Club, Interstellar, Inception, Tenet, Departed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Departed is good.
I've watched The Departed, I think, only twice. I still don't get it. It's like there's two people undercover that double cross each other, but are still on the same side. But one's a cop, but one's not. And they end up shooting a dude. But if you're double crossing while undercover, that means you're turning your back on the mob that you were undercover for.
Correct.
And doing the police work. But by killing the guy, you're actually going against the police work. Like, you don't kill people. Like, I was so fucking confused. I've seen it twice, and I still was like, it's a great movie.
It's supposed to be like that.
But
yeah, because Leo and Matt Damon are like mirrors of themselves.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the way he shoots it and the way the characters look and act, you think Leo is the scumbag.
Yeah.
But he's the cop who's undercover. And Matt Damon looks like clean cut, but he's like the gangster that's undercover for Jack Nicholson. And then Mark Wahlberg's just pissed, shouting at everything in sight, trying to get to the bottom of it, shooting people.
Maybe that's what fucks with me. In my head, I didn't even know Mark Wahlberg was in it.
He's the boss of Matt Damon's, and he's suspicious of him. And he didn't catch it till the very end.
Yeah, those three people are all the same person. And if they're all in one,
they are very similar.
If they're all in one movie, I mean, Leo stands out a little bit.
Don't throw George Clooney in there, and then we just don't know. Then we're doing Ocean's 15.
Brad Pitt.
Yep,
they're all
exactly,
fuckeries.
Exactly.
Jesus,
dude. Oh, okay, that wouldn't count. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say I gotta
Oceans.
put Ocean's 11 in there, but then I was like, wait, 12, 13, 8.
8.
They did 8.
Awesome.
All the ladies. Austin Powers doesn't work.
Yeah, it's hard to not have
Good
one
list.
without even a second one. Like, I feel like when you said franchise, initially you're like, you can't be like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or Batman. But then you're like Wayne's World, and you're like, well, technically there are 2.
Right. That's why it was such a mindfuck.
Does 2 movies make it a franchise? I don't
Well,
think so.
it started
I
as
don't
Saturday
know.
Night Live and then became 2 movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that counts.
I don't know what the rules are.
That's just like really sad. What are the rules?
Fighter is up there too, actually.
With
Mark
Christian Bale.
Wahlberg and Christian Bale.
Yeah, I saw that once.
That's a better movie than it should be, is how I'll say it. The acting in that movie is way better than it should be.
Well, yeah, it's Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale.
And it's a pretty straightforward movie, but I will rewatch the shit out of that because
I haven't seen that in a while.
the scenes, man. Yeah, honestly, it's been probably a year and a half since I've watched it, so it is about due time, but
Yeah.
whew,
I've
it's a
only
good
seen
one.
it. No, I've only seen it once total. So, yeah, that's it. Good list, man. And now we're in Thanksgiving season, which isn't really a season.
Yeah, but that's where I still think the Caspers come in, the Goonies.
Oh, yeah. I should add that to my Thanksgiving list. I haven't seen that in forever, dude.
So I was thinking of a versus the other day,
Hit me
and
with
it
it.
stumped me.
I can help you.
I didn't know what to say. I kept going back and forth. Goonies versus Sandlot. I was like, obviously it's...
Wait a second. I think I would pick Sandlot because I don't dislike the Goonies, but I've never loved it. I've only seen it 3 times over the years.
Wow, really?
3 or 4. If you ask me the plot, I probably couldn't get through it. I mean, I know like the kids discover an undercover cave and there's these people there that are like stealing money or something. But
They're murderers, yes.
so that's not really a plot though, you know. That's just like the scenario. That's all I can remember. And I know the fat kid like shakes his gut, and I know
No, they're going after the pirate.
the guy says, "Hey, you guys." I remember that.
Wow, you've never even seen the movie, have you?
That's all accurate.
Wow. Yeah, they're going after One-Eyed Willie's pirate treasure.
See, I
But
told you I didn't remember
you
that.
That's the whole point of the story. So the kids can't pay for their house. Their dad, the whole like community is behind payment. And this rich kid's dad's gonna buy the whole neighborhood. So they're all gonna have to get kicked out. They're all gonna have to go to different schools. So the whole thing's breaking up.
All right.
To fix this, they go up into the attic and they find this treasure map of this old story that's been long forgotten, and it's a one-eyed Willie. So they go and they find the caves. And but then the Fratellis are murderers who just broke out of jail, and they're hiding out in this like old tavern.
Yeah,
it's a seasonal tavern, but that's where the cave starts. You got to go under that. So they kind of get in a scuffle and they end up going. But it's definitely more of like a. God, I don't even want to call it a timepiece, but that
it is a time capsule.
The weird thing,
for sure.
The weird thing for me between these two movies is Goonies is 80s, hardcore 80s.
Yes.
Sandlot, even though it was made in the 90s, is hardcore like 50s, early 60s. So,
which honestly, period pieces set in the 50s and 60s, but made in the 90s and thousands, I love.
Yeah, no,
a lot of them. Even something as dumb as like A League of Their Own. I'm like, I'll watch League of Their Own any fucking day of the week.
Yeah. They're very just coming of age.
Yep.
But
just
nothing,
like Stand By Me.
But nothing else overlaps.
Right.
One's in like Seattle. The other one's in like lowlands, Colorado. I don't even know where Sandlot. I think it's
probably in Ohio.
I think no, it's definitely not Ohio. There's mountains.
Everything's in Ohio.
Everything. It's Toledo.
Scream 2 set in Ohio.
See, there it
Nightmare on Elm Street, the town, is in Ohio.
Yeah.
Everything's in Ohio.
Thomas Edison, he was born in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, fucker.
I didn't know that.
Now you do.
Huh. Nice. I just knew like his, shop in New Jersey. I didn't know he was born here.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. We got a lot of presidents too, a lot of astronauts.
Halle Berry.
A lot of murders.
A lot of murders.
Halle Berry, Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson's from Ohio?
Yeah, he's from Canton. Makes sense, huh?
Wow. What poor soul.
Yes. He's wealthy.
Rob Dyrdek.
Ah, yes.
Dave Chappelle.
Yes. He's not from here, actually.
Fucker.
Yeah, that was a misconception I had myself as well. He's from D.C. But he just chose Yellow Springs is cool.
I thought he grew up here. He might have been born in D.C., but I thought he grew up here. Or maybe his childhood was split or something.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I'm not a biographer.
It's kind of like the MGK story. I think he was born in Australia, but he moved to Ohio.
Turkey Sandwich says Sandlot is in Salt Lake City.
See, I was close. Colorado's right
I didn't know. I guess I never recognized that it was out west at all.
Yeah. I knew it was out there somewhere. I could have been fucking Wyoming, but it's all one big area.
But getting back to it, yes, I know of the Goonies. I watched it a couple times. I never latched onto it for whatever reason. So Sandlot for me is an easier pick. I'm not as conflicted.
See, I think...
And I used to be obsessed with baseball.
The Goonies does the bad people well. The Sandlot, the bad guy's a dog who ends up just being...
Darth Vader's dog. Have some respect.
Darth Vader, okay. Can't go over there. Darth Vader lives there.
What if anybody's put Vader's lines over James Earl Jones in Sandlot? They're looking for their baseball. He's like, where are those plaids you've stolen?
Oh, man.
Okay, but continue.
Yeah. I think I'll agree. I think I'm going Sandlot solely for when I was a kid in the 90s, baseball was the shit.
It was.
And it just struck a different chord. I like the comedy in Sandlot a little better.
Yeah.
Than it's a kind of a quirky comedy compared to just like a bunch of kids hanging out making fun of each other. But
they also hang out and make fun of each other.
It's true.
Here's a way to think of it. Goonies is when we were kids, that's all the stuff that we wished would happen. And then Sandlot is like the stuff that actually would happen.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to find an underwater cave with treasure and stuff.
Yeah.
And fight some gangsters.
Valid.
But we are going to hang around and play baseball and, fuck around at the pool.
But when I'm watching a movie, what do I want to see? What I just did or some fucking cave diving bastards?
Puzzle bastards. Depends what mood you're in, dude. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it's like, hey, that was us for a little bit,
Cave diving puzzle bastards. That's what you need sometimes in your life. I agree, Sandlot.
Well, I'm glad.
I am unlike you, though. I think I've seen them both a shit ton. I've seen the Goonies. I think I've seen the Goonies more, but it's pretty damn close.
Maybe I hate the Goonies because of Rise of Skywalker.
somehow.
Whoops.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Maybe because the whole Goonies treasure map thing. Maybe I just now blacked it out of my memory. Maybe I'll watch it again. I got the Thanksgiving watch list. I'll throw it on.
Has anybody done? We need to do more like space pirate stuff, like a whole space pirate.
Mandalorian season 3.
I'm just saying, we've done like standard traditional pirates so many times. You even have it sprinkled into the Goonies. You have Pirates of the Caribbean. You have it. It's in every fucking classic movie. Let's do some space pirates. Space pirates.
I think the problem is pirates actually existed, and we have boats still, and we can't go into space yet.
I know, but we can create space. You want to be a pirate? What are you doing later?
I would love to be a pirate. I believe in past lives. I feel like I was a pirate in a past life. So yeah, I mean, I'm down for that. I'm just saying we can't get into space yet. Some people can, but we can't just fly around.
Let's steal space.
We have to steal Elon first. And then get to space.
Get the plans. There's always plans.
Not Death Star computer.
Treasure Planet live action reboot.
If I could be Treasure Planet. That was
Did you ever watch that show?
Animated, right?
Reboot. Did you ever watch that show Reboot?
What is Reboot?
That happened inside of a computer?
What?
You don't remember
I've never heard of this.
The 3D Reboot?
Reboot show?
Reboot. It's from the 90s.
It says 20. Oh.
Yep, that's it.
Canadian computer animated TV series that originally 94 to 2001. No, I don't remember this at all.
Wow. You need to click on some images. That's the main guy and his little brother.
I've seen that. I don't know if you showed it to me because it's ridiculous, or like maybe my brother showed me a meme about it. I recognize the character, but no, I've never seen this before. I never watched it.
So those of you that are not in
sorry, you guys can't see this.
Maybe the Midwest, Canadian influence on a lot of the Great Lakes is very prominent. We watched some wacky shit that maybe, especially in the 90s where everything wasn't like nationally
Rush
broadcast.
music videos.
Rush
Sum 41.
Music. Yeah.
Shania Twain.
Man, I heard some Sum 41 the other day and it fucking hit right. I was like, oh, dude.
Didn't you say they're doing their final tour right now?
No, what I heard was, first of all, they broke up, and then like 2 months later, they were scheduled to do a tour with.
Oh, they just broke up before the tour?
Some random, yeah. They said we're done making music. Well, maybe that's what they said. We're done making music, but maybe we'll still tour a little bit. But
that makes sense. I mean, what? It's been 30 years. Blink-182's back together.
I was always more of a Sum 41 fan.
I would say studio albums, I like Blink-182 more, I think. I would say that. But I always thought they were better, or they always thought they were not as good live, which is crazy because Travis Barker's like one of the best drummers of all time. But their voices live are just not very good. So, I don't know. Everyone was like, they're at Coachella. And I'm like, they don't sound that good. So, I'm really sorry. I hope they're not listening to this. I love you guys. But
it's weird to me because I always, and maybe it's just my own shit, I always viewed Blink-182 as like a mock
Blink-182?
Blink-182. Blink-42. What the fuck is their name?
182.
I always viewed them as like a mock like a they just did mock stuff like
they're goofy sometimes. They
just made fun of boy bands.
They do a little bit of that.
It's like in my head they didn't have an identity, they just made fun of other shit. So that's stuck in my head, and I could be way off. Sum 41 just felt like, nah, fuck, we'll just be us, be dudes, and we're just gonna make decent music.
They were funny. I like the whole
dot your eyes and or cross the T's and gouge your eyes.
No, but what was their alter ego hair metal band?
Oh,
Pain for Pleasure. That was funny.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. There was like an extended version of the Fat Lip music video where either at the very beginning or the very end, they turned into like this Judas Priest looking
What?
like hair metal band or whatever. And then, yeah, Painful Pleasure. Yeah, you'd recognize it if you heard it, I think.
Well, at the beginning,
I think it's like a hidden track on their album.
At the beginning of one of their music videos, they make fun of themselves.
Yeah.
They're like, Blink 182, all that shit's gone to the wayside. You need to get rid of those numbers.
Fat Lip, the entire song is about how fucked up they are. It's like, my mom should have had an abortion. Like, we're fucking hillbillies. We're getting hammered all the time. I drive an El Camino. Like, for real. It's about how they're just like getting partied out. That's the whole lyrics.
Yeah. I
Doctor
also
said my mom should have had an abortion.
In a weird way, and I can appreciate that even more now. I love it. In a weird way, I thought visually that Sum 41 was just for dudes. Where Blink 182, I felt like they were more just like teenage girl appealing. Like they weren't trying to be hot, but they were what?
Said they are huge.
Right. Well, and I think
they're from California.
I think that's what took me out of it.
Yeah.
In my own selfish ways, I wanted it to be like, no, I just wanted it just to be like some dudes being dudes. Which sounds,
guys being dudes.
Well, it's better than guys being dudes.
Yeah, I get that. I know what you mean. Some 41's more closer to the Midwest vibe, like because they're in Canada.
Yeah.
And yeah, Blink-182 is more like, Hollywood. I understand.
I wanted to go to the
They're
shows with you guys and hang out. I didn't want to have to deal with the screaming idiot girls at the Blink-182 concert.
If Britney Spears comes to town, you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Bringing my binoculars. She could twirl around with her fucking steak knives, whatever the fuck she's doing nowadays. Jesus Christ. Have you seen some of that shit?
I haven't. I've just heard it keeps getting weirder and weirder.
It's fucked.
I heard about it when I saw some when the documentary came out like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And then it kind of quieted down, at least in my peripheral, since then. But now people are talking about it again because her book just came out.
And we're not going to do a review of her goddamn book.
I haven't read it.
I have.
You did?
No.
Aw. I was hoping you did.
I've heard stuff.
I want a summary.
I've heard snips out of it that are like she had an abortion with Justin Timberlake back when they were like 2000 year two. Yeah. Jeez. And people are like, what? And they're like, well, yeah.
Kind of obvious.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
But no
you
one
at
ever
that
talks
point?
about it.
Right.
I wonder if Justin's pissed.
Right. That's what happens. You throw that shit out there, just like Carrie Fisher did before she died. Yeah.
I was just going to say, she did say about Harrison.
Harrison was banging me a bunch.
Dude, they're both hot back then. What are you going to do?
Whatever. Yeah. Who gives
What are you going to do? Well, who's giving Mark Ham money, actually, though? What is he doing?
Yeah, poor Mark.
Owen.
R2-D2 getting fucking
him and George.
Droid. Hand jobs.
Getting droided up, dude.
Oil bath. C-3PO.
The meaning of the oil bath comes to light after all this time.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's no news, right? I haven't missed anything. We still have no Acolyte footage. When was Celebration? 7 months ago?
It's weird, man. They put all their eggs in one basket, Ahsoka, and they knocked it out of the park, but we're in like a dead space here because they didn't have any other plans.
Well, I don't know. Where's Shinobi?
Thank God.
What's that?
Survivor is a thing, and I am enjoying it because
sustained.
It is easily doing that. Yeah.
Good.
It's doubling down because I'm getting my gaming and my Star Wars at the same time. It's nice. But
wonder what books have been coming out lately. I'm sure there's plenty. I just kind of tuned out of it because I just wasn't vibing with them, unfortunately.
None of them. Not a single one.
I don't know, dude. Whatever. I'm not pissed. I'm happy. Ahsoka was great. I would like to... I'm not going to watch anything right now because I'm in a different...
time zone.
Daylight savings time. I can't watch things.
I can't watch things. It's dark outside.
I'm just in like the Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas mode.
It goes quick, unfortunately, though.
When we get into Christmas, like the day after Christmas, going towards New Year's, that's when I'm going to start busting out Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and stuff and watching it then. So I would like to go back and watch Kenobi and Andor and Ahsoka and not Mando. No offense. Maybe season 1.
I don't think I'm gonna rewatch any of them for a while.
Not even Ahsoka?
No.
All right, whatever.
I didn't rewatch Andor, and I loved it.
I haven't yet, but I need to.
I've rewatched the fight scenes of Obi-Wan, which there's 2 of them. There are. And one of them's fine, the other one's good, and that was it.
I feel like last episode, we were pretty pleased. Now you sound a little
I'm
gruntled.
Not saying I dislike them. I'm just saying
they're like, yeah, they fucking like
they spent a lot of hours making this shit for 2 decent fight scenes. The whole Obi-Wan series was about him facing Vader on the rock planet. We all know that. The fight itself's fun to watch. It's good. There's some great dialogue there. But you spent 8 hours getting there. I'm not rewatching the other 7 hours. It's not fucking worth it to me. I don't care. Reva's fine. It's fine. But they're chasing after a fucking princess again.
I'll say something maybe controversial, I guess.
Do it. I want to hear it.
What?
Will you tell me?
It's probably not controversial. I think we've probably hinted at it at one point or another in the past year. I feel like Disney takes over. The hardcore Star Wars fans they think they want prequel content. Like they think we want Obi-Wan versus Vader.
Yeah.
The final showdown. And I think that is the one series over the past couple years that Disney is like almost catering directly to fanboys with fan service, because it's like, that's the main thing. It's Vader and Obi-Wan. Oh my God, it's them again. Showdown. But I don't think that's what we actually want.
No. It's not.
They agreed and they went along with it, and I don't want to say it's the weakest of the ones that they put out, but it definitely didn't hit like it. It didn't hit right because it didn't need to be made, I guess.
It didn't need to be made. That's
I
my
like
whole
the Leia thing. I like the Leia thing.
I don't, but it's fine.
Just thinking, we thought we wanted, not we, the colloquial we.
See
thought
what
we wanted
happens
that, and we were wrong.
When the sun goes down at 4 p.m., we all start hating Star Wars again.
God. Okay.
Obi-Wan
Only
is mid
podcast
now.
in the winter or in the summertime. I request a change to daylight savings that would move us behind 4 hours so that we can record in the daylight in the wintertime.
I agree.
That's what we should do.
Let's make a motion.
I feel like that's what should happen. Don't you agree? Wouldn't you agree?
Wouldn't you agree?
Okay.
Watching some fucking Casino Royale, man.
That was one of the first ones I wanted to put on that list, but I fucking couldn't. Talk about biggest franchises of all time.
It's unfortunate.